Welcome back to the tutorials on Google Classroom. In this tutorial, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I really like about Google Classroom and one of the reasons that I use it so often. Now, I'm by no means an expert on Google Classroom, but I have been playing around with it for a little bit, and I don't use all of the features that are available in the application. However, the things that I do use I've found to be really useful. So the first thing that I love about Google Classroom is that when I am away, I'm able to easily set lessons that students can access. And I can see how they're progressing in completing the lessons while I'm not in the classroom. So for example, with my economics class, I was away on a day that they worked on unemployment. So that's this activity here that I set for when I was away. I simply said complete the attached questions on unemployment, and then I attached some questions there for them to complete. I can see that while I was away, 5 out of the 9 students completed that work. If I go into it, I have a copy of each of their work. So I'm able to look at what each of them have completed when it loads, and I'm able to give them feedback on their work. So I'm able to click on comments, and I'm able to provide a comment on that work. The other reason that I really like it is that I'm able to use it to flip my classroom. So I'm able to put recordings or videos on Google Classroom for the students to watch at night or at home, and then we can discuss it in class the next day. The beauty of Google Classroom is that students are able to access it from home or from anywhere where they have internet access. So for example here, I've made a recording similar to the recording that I'm making right now. So I have a recording here so students can watch this, and this is an essay scaffold that normally we would go through in class, but they're able to watch that at home, and then in class we're able to get on with writing the actual essay. Sometimes, depending on the material, students may watch this movie at home, and then we may go through it again in class, depending on how I want the lessons to progress. The other thing that I really love about Google Classroom is that I'm able to set assessment tasks or assignments for every student in the class, or I'm able to select particular students for a particular task. So this means that I'm able to adjust my lessons and differentiate according to different learning needs. So for example, in my Year 10 class, I'm able to set a task for just 2 students, and that task is slightly adjusted to the one that the rest of the class completed. So only these 2 students will have access to this adjusted task. So if they were to be working on this, for example, in the ILC, they could access that easily through Google Classroom and just work independently on that task. So through these features of Google Classroom, I find that I'm able to personalize learning for students in my classroom. They're able to work in their own time, either at home or wherever they have internet access. They're able to work at their own pace. They're able to review videos or footage or movies that I've put on Google Classroom as many times as they need until they understand the content. I'm able to set tasks for individual students in the class and differentiate the learning. So it's a really effective way to personalize learning.